Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're removing a cake from the newfangled Bundt pans, which can be a little fussy, if I do say so myself. Frankly, they're a bitch. They really are very, very difficult sometimes to get your cake out of the pan. So I have had experience with this and I'm going to give all my knowledge to you, sweet subscribers. All right, so I have a Bundt pan here. These are, the newfangled ones. They're not the old-fashioned ones, and they have a lot of nooks and crannies. I even have one over here that just came out of the oven. So what I'm gonna do is the first thing you need to do is prep your pan before you even make your batter. So I use shortening, solid shortening. And you're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of the solid shortening. You do not want to use nonstick cooking spray. Do not do it. Been there, done that. Big mistake. Huge, because it will form a coating on your pan. You're going to take a paper towel and you're going to smear. You're going to smear it all around. This is a 2-step process, but it works. Guaranteed works if you do as I say. All right, so you're gonna really, and you have to get in all the nooks and crannies, and the paper towel's not gonna do it, so we're gonna do it with a pastry brush afterwards, all right? So I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna get my pastry brush and try to get the ones with the bristles. They're actually a lot better. The new ones with the plastic don't go in. All the nooks and crannies as well. So you're gonna go around and literally brush up the middle. That middle portion that makes it a bundt can be very difficult to get the cake out. So you really want to go around that. Okay. And this has a lot of nooks and crannies, this particular pan. And I go right up to the top. So you see the top here? Go right up to the top. Don't be afraid. Okay, you should only fill a Bundt pan about 2/3 full. Don't overfill it, it will overflow, and that'll cause other issues. All right, so keep working around. Give yourself time to do this. My second step, besides doing this, is flouring. So we're going to give this a nice coating of flour. There are some cooking sprays that have flour in them. Those also work nicely, although I'm a huge proponent of the 2-step method. Okay, shortening and flour. Now, if you're making a chocolate cake, you can use cocoa powder instead of flour, but sometimes I like to put a white glaze on my Bundt cake, so I like to use flour, even if it is for a chocolate cake, and I find that the flour does not cause problems. All right, so I'm going all around, and you are going to take your time. All right, you're going to take your time. You don't want to see huge clumps of fat, of shortening all the way around. See, the shortening, this solid shortening, really has a high melting point and it's going to stay put for a long time in the oven. Okay? So if you see any huge clumps, break them down with your pastry brush. Otherwise, I think we're good to go. And get right up to the top. You see that? Right around that Bundt hole and all around here. Okay? You're going to put your pastry brush down and you're going to take a good heaping 2 teaspoons. Don't be skimpy with the flour. All right, maybe even a little more. I'd rather have too much than too little. And I'm going to the sink and I'm going to start banging, gently banging this around. Do not touch the inside of your Bundt pan. Don't carve your initials in it. Don't do anything. And then I'm going to give it a little bang. Rotate, little bang, rotate. Almost like it's a steering wheel and you're driving a car. Rotate, give it a gentle bang. rotate. So that flour is going into every nook and cranny. You see that? Every nook and cranny. If one little area is not covered, don't worry about it, don't sweat it. But that's what you're trying to do, and you're even getting the middle. See, I'm even getting the middle portion. So all different directions. Go all different directions and just bang it out. You can do this over garbage as well, but I always find it doesn't hit the garbage, it hits the floor. So I don't want to clean that up. So now you're going to do, for your grand finale, one gentle little bend. See that? Beautiful. So now this is ready to receive cake batter. Okay? Now the other key to getting the cake out of the pan is not waiting too long. Very often there is condensation. This came out about 15-20 minutes ago. You don't want to wait more than 15 to 30 minutes tops. In my other video, how to get a layer cake out of the pan, you want it to be barely warm, but you also have a layer of parchment under there as insurance. Here we have our fat. So this is a little warm, so let me just wash my hands quickly, because I'm going to have to hold on as I'm taking the cake out with those pot holders or hot mix. So don't wait too long. This has to come out a little bit hotter than you would think. And you want to have some place to receive it. In my case, I like to put on a cake circle that I've covered with aluminum foil. Or you can put it on a cooling rack as well. And I have gone around with a small sharp knife all around the edges and all around here. I did that already. And then you just give it a little, you know, just make sure it's moving, and I see it is moving. I'm going to put this on top. And then you want to hear that little, you hear it? Did you hear it? It was like, bonk. And that means our cake came out. Huzzah! But it's still hot, so it's sort of like you wish your hands were Teflon coated. Let's see if it came out. Please, please, cake lords. Let this cake come out. Oh yeah, baby. It's gorgeous. And now I let it cool on this cake circle or your cooling rack until it's completely cold. You can freeze it at this point. That's why I put on a cake circle sometimes. I like to freeze them. Or you can do whatever you want with it. So that's how you work these very difficult Bundt pans. I hope you become a subscriber. And I hope you've learned a lot. Till next time.